So, after 3 years, I can now properly finish PaperKlay. I can sit down, start from the main menu, and experience the game until I defeat the last boss and reach the credits. It's one of the most powerful feelings when making your own game. If this is the first time you're hearing about PaperKlay, then I'll be super quick. It's a 3D platformer collectathon where you unfold and rotate the world around you. As you can see, it's made out of paper, cardboard, and so on. You'll meet characters on your journey, and the ambition is for you to have a fun adventure. So, if you like Banjo-Kazooie or Jak and Daxter or other 3D platformers of that type, then this might be for you. Subscribe and wishlist on Steam to keep up with the news. Now, let's get on with the video. I've now been working on PaperKlay for 3 years. It's very soon finished. Sure, there are some parts that aren't finished, like this pirate ship for example, cutscene that needs to be animated, and overall iteration of some gameplay areas, like this one or this one. You get the idea. Even though I'm feeling like the pressure is rising, I'm for now calm since parts of the game can be ticked off as finished. I've added a few gameplay additions over the past months, and I think it's easier if I just jump right in and show you. Now, when you pick up objects, you can drop it or throw it. And if you're standing close to an enemy or some sort of wall with obstacles, you can throw the object you're carrying on that. Quite fun, adds another layer to the game, you know. It's a small section, but I try to add flying to the game. It does break off the platforming just a little bit, and while all testers seem to like it, it doesn't overstay its welcome. I did some quick enemy tests, so there's someone throwing some type of boomerang at you, and then there's a train. Do you remember these trains as a kids? Yeah, that was my inspiration. Of course they're not visually finished, but there's still some time to fix that. One of the biggest changes during year 3 is that an intern joined. An old friend and classmate of mine is now a teacher at the school that we went to. He reached out, and long story short, I found Jacob Pill. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. He's a level designer, and his job was to do something that I planned on doing. It was perfect timing for me. Take the levels and just make them longer. With the tools that I've built that I've shown you in previous videos, over the years, it's fairly quick to take a level and its mechanics and just extend some parts. This was always the plan, and now thanks to him being part of the project, there was time for more dumb ideas. One of them was another level that wasn't originally planned, and we're really trying for some sort of remix or B-side levels. I won't go into too much detail, but it's harder levels that you can unlock later, and we're still figuring some parts out. Okay, I'm a little bit ashamed of this. I've barely shown this, and the reason is because I haven't worked too much more on these levels. Normally, you run around as Chick, but in these levels, you play as Nugget. They are totally separate puzzle levels, not too difficult, but it's still quite fun. For those that have been following me for many years, thank you by the way, you know that the true original version of PaperKlay was a small penguin walking on cubes that rotated. We've actually taken some of those designs and used them as a foundation for these levels. Personally for me, this warms my heart to remind myself how far I've come on this journey. There are people out there that are surprised that there will be fully voiced characters in PaperKlay. I don't blame them because I don't expect everyone to be obsessed about PaperKlay yet. Save that for when the game comes out. Please, thank you. But right now, I'm locking down the dialogues and talking with voice actors. It is scary to be in this phase, but right now it feels good. Characters are getting voices, and I think it works. I walk around like a crazy person in my apartment though, trying to find the direction of characters and talking to myself, and sometimes even laughing out loud at the jokes that comes to my head. Writing dialogue and directing voice actors so the cutscenes will end up like I envisioned them has really awoken something inside of me that I'm honestly interested in exploring further. I did not expect that to happen, but we'll see how everything comes together in the end. I want to show the main villain Nox, who's played by Kevin Miller. He did the voice for Sly Cooper, and I think he's doing a fantastic job here.
Who do you think you are? Nothing stands in the way of Nox. Not a couple of tiny chickens. And certainly not this village. Every last egg here is coming with me!
So here's the sad part. Some of you know this already, but one of many reasons why I only posted one devlog between the year 2 devlog and now this year 3 devlog is because my social media accounts and emails were hacked about 1 week after the year 2 devlog was released. I'm not going to go into details, but it was an extreme amount of stress. I was close to losing everything: Discord, Steam, Twitter, old personal email, and work email. Some of these things I did lose for a few weeks. Luckily, I got everything back, but that really took a toll on me. So right after this, I was in a phase where money was tight for a while. A little too much going on at the same time, so I couldn't justify spending time on devlogs. My goal was to keep my head above the water and just keep going. After a while, I came to a point where I was wrapping up everything necessary for an external playtester to be able to finish the game. So dialogues were making some type of sense, and just making sure quests worked when saving and loading properly when you jumped in and out of linear levels back to the hubs and so on. Seeing people play the game and having fun really solidified my confidence in the game. I'm gonna be honest, there were moments this past year where my mind was playing tricks on me, like, have I wasted 3 years on this? Is this even fun? And so on. But the players were laughing and having fun, exploring and collecting everything they could. I start to feel like this adventure I've created, that's so personal to me now, seemed to resonate well with some players. During these 3 years, people have sometimes referred to me as a solo dev. I don't know where the line is drawn for everybody, but I just want to make sure to share a little bit how the team has looked during the project, making sure they get the love that they deserve. So, since the start, it's been me and Nate. He's been doing audio for the game. He's also helped out back in the Hoplex days and so on. I think for 3 weeks, a good friend of mine, Patrick, helped with colors and taught me more about color theory, which I am forever grateful for. He also brought some ideas I had in mind to life through environmental concept art. Then right after I was hacked, Steve Mellon and Grant Kirkhope made the main theme song. There's a video about that. You can go watch it. And almost at the same time, I think Jacob, the intern, joined, and Xana started helping out with 2D stuff like the pause menu and character concept. PaperKlay wouldn't be the game it is today without the help from my friends and also the community that's been supporting. Thank you. You have no idea how much PaperKlay means to me personally, how much I've grown as a person during this time, so much more as a developer. There's this half ongoing joke on YouTube that you're working on your dream game, every game, to please the algorithm, but I truly feel that PaperKlay is my dream game, or at the very least a starting piece of a world that I want to keep exploring. I'm starting to get a little bit emotional, so we might end it here. PaperKlay comes out in the second quarter of this year on Steam and a console that I will soon announce. Sorry if we keep you waiting about that one. If you want to support the development, then tell your friends to wishlist PaperKlay on Steam, and don't forget to do it yourself. Take care, everyone. I love you all, and thank you for sticking with me. Bye.